I'm here with David Joshua Ford, and with any luck, this is going to
It's going to work.
It's
going to work.
Do you want to introduce yourself real quick?
My name's David. We are in New York. Aaron's come over to visit me, and we're going to do some live stream right now, which is a whole contraption. And we're going to talk through that, and hopefully we're going to be able to actually show you that in our connection at the moment. But yeah, when we just say, like, if we do drop out, we are going to come back on again. So you might see a Raspberry Pi pop up for a bit. But essentially, today we are in a car in New York, and we're going to go for a drive around the city using some new gear that Aaron got. Can we go into that? And I'll start driving?
Let's do it. Let's do it. So, yeah, heads up, if we do drop out, the stream won't end because I'm actually streaming from my studio today, but we're pushing the stream to my studio. So you should see YouTube. You should see the little thing grabbed in the corner, stay there. YouTube won't know the difference, but we might disappear. And you may just see a Raspberry Pi screen pop up. So don't worry. Stick with us. And as we are going, we'll go ahead and subscribe. Let's go. Yeah, the audio switched over. Sorry. We were on the wrong audio the whole time.
Oh, were we not? Was there no audio?
Because it reset. Oh. So we were on that camera audio
so
up there.
Going to be like, we can't hear you.
Yep.
We had an amazing intro.
We had an amazing intro that nobody heard. Okay, let's try this again. So, what you were hearing was the audio from the camera that you're seeing now, and instead of the audio that we're wearing lav mics.
Yeah.
And you should now be hearing the proper audio.
And we knew what we were doing, except the Mevo app crashed on the iPhone, which is something we want to test out, which is like, how reliable is an iOS live streaming device?
Yeah, so let's talk about what we've got set up here. And yeah, sorry about the audio. We did test everything ahead of time, and then the app crashed. Yeah. So we've got a camera up on the top of the car looking out at the streets that we're going to be driving through. We've got a camera here, and then I've got one more camera here that I am holding in my hand so I can show you what we've got. So there's that one mounted on the dashboard. And I am streaming from, so we are streaming from these Mevo cameras. They're actually all connected to this phone, or rather they're connected to the hotspot in the back, and the phone's connected to the hotspot in the back. And the stream is being pushed from my phone over RTMP to my studio. So that's kind of what these Mevo cameras are supposed to do, is they're supposed to be able to stream to, you know, anything RTMP. And the I happen to be streaming to a Raspberry Pi in my studio at home, which is then routed through my normal streaming setup. So I can even do, like, you know,
it's amazing.
Show you my like desk at
every
home.
He was turning on the lights. He was like, I'm on the other side of the country, but let's just turn on the lights because, you know, I can do that. Turn
on the lights in my studio, and now, you know, you're seeing my studio that is running the show, but I'm controlling it remotely from my laptop. So yeah. That's that also is something I can always fall back to if we end up with something going wrong with this stream. So I'm keeping an eye on what we've got in the chat, and
I'm keeping an eye on the road.
David's keeping an eye on the road.
Keeping us safe.
Keeping us
our plan is we're going to drive up. We're in sort of Kips Bay at the moment, and we're going to drive up to Times Square, do a lap of that, and then we'll see if we make it down to Dumbo or over the Brooklyn Bridge or something like that. One of the challenges is going to be, because we're using a single cell service, there's a lot of city blocks here, so every block that we go, we seem to be changing cell tower providers. So there may be a little, like, will something drop out. So I'd say if there's something that we should have said that you didn't hear, probably tell us in the chat, and then we can be like, oh yeah, let's recap that when, like, we were talking and we thought we told you something, but you didn't hear anything.
Exactly. I can keep an eye on the chat like I normally do. So this is my laptop where I'm monitoring the chat. I can show chat messages on the screen. I've got my ATEM multi-view on the laptop screen as well. And that's just, again, so that I can make sure that the audio is working, make sure that YouTube is working, and make sure that our stream is still being sent to that little Raspberry Pi on my desk. So
That's pretty neat.
pretty neat. But yeah, go ahead and drop questions in the chat if you do have any questions. Happy to answer. Oh, and I should say, because I just realized I haven't mentioned this yet, Mevo did send this over to me to test out, and I do want to apologize in advance for putting it to one of the most extreme tests in one of the most unreliable environments possible.
Yes.
But thank you to them for sending it over
Have you
test
shown
out.
them the router yet?
Oh yeah, I should show you.
So these 3 cameras need a router, which normally I think the scenario would be. Hang on. Oh, no, can't change. No.
Oh,
There you go.
that's not.
Which would be like a home router, but we're using a GL iNet Beryl, which is a 5G router.
So this is a little Wi-Fi travel router. It's like the upgraded version of the one that I like, that I use a lot at my studio, and this is the one that David had. And this is broadcasting a Wi-Fi hotspot in the car, and everything is connected to that. So we've got everything from my phone's connected to that, the cameras are all talking to that hotspot, my laptop is connected to that hotspot, and then what I did for my, good question, for the 4G or 5G mobile connection, we are using my phone's SIM card as the cell connection. It's connected into a little USB LTE modem, so I don't think that supports 5G officially. I think it's on LTE only.
But more to the question, you just put 3 gig on, and we seem to be burning through that.
We seem to be burning
so
through data.
We might get like 20 minutes into this, and then we're like, oh, quick, put more money on the account.
The way that my cell phone plan works is it's kind of like prepaid, and if I run out of data, it will throttle down to 2G speeds, which is basically non-existent, and then all the apps think there's no data connection because it doesn't do anything. So if we burn through the 3 gigs that I've just topped up on, I will be able to pretty quickly get it back, but yeah.
All right.
So yeah, the Mevo is
Let's go to front camera.
The Mevo is for the 3-pack, it's $1,000, and again, $999. Keith says, this is crazy cool. I use a Mevo single camera for 2 years, and the application, you are a Jedi. I love it. Yeah, the 2G, what's that? Haha, yeah, right, I know. 2G, I'm pretty sure like actually won't exist very soon because they are shutting down 3G next year. They're just like straight up shutting down the 3G networks because nobody cares about it anymore. So I'm pretty sure 2G doesn't exist anymore, which is maybe why it doesn't, though I said it didn't work. It looks soapy. Is it compression? There's a lot of compression going on. So we've got the cameras, I think they're actually set to 720, not 1080, because there's not enough bandwidth to do 1083 feeds on that little router. And over my LTE, it's going to be flaky, so it should be 720. It did just occur to me that I didn't actually double check it's not 480 because it did default to 480.
It's getting compressed on the camera, which is then going back through the router to your Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, so the compression points are the cameras generating a feed, compressing it, setting it to the phone, which is mixing the 3 cameras. So the 3 video feeds are getting mixed on the phone. I'll show you the live switching thing in a second. And then my phone is re-encoding it.
Oh, New York drivers.
Wow. My phone is re-encoding it, pushing it to the Raspberry Pi at the studio, which is then outputting over HDMI, which is then re-encoding the feed for YouTube. So you're seeing 1080 on the stream, but it's not actually 1080 source material.
Oh, this guy's coming in. You go. Come on, buddy. Go.
Oh my God.
Get in the lane. He's not even in the lane.
Yeah, the Mevo should be in 720. If
I'm
not,
stopping. Oh, I'm a good driver.
480.
Look at that. I stopped for the red light.
Hopefully someone behind you doesn't get mad.
No.
Yeah.
There's no one behind me. I'm at the end of the tail.
So, okay, while we're stopped at this light, let me show you what's on the little phone screen if my phone's bright enough. This is what the app looks like. So I've got the 3 camera angles.
Oh, wait, this one's gone wonky.
Oh, we were worried about that.
We were worried about that, yes.
Got the 3 camera angles looking at on the phone, and I can switch between them, and I'm going to let David know when the light turns green.
Oh, yeah.
It's about to turn green, I think.
Maybe we should have gaffed that or something.
Maybe we should have done a little better job with the mount.
I got a bit more bonnet there. What do you call it? The hood.
Oh, yeah, the hood. Yeah, the little mount for the phone is, or for the top camera is not great. It's a little clamp, and then
It's a little like baby pin with like a
Green.
3/8
Green.
something, and then a quarter
Green.
20.
Green.
And then green, as in go. Okay. There's a bus coming up behind me.
We don't want to get a big honk from the bus.
I'll try not to go over the bumps. I think that's what's throwing that top angle. But
yeah.
that's pretty fun.
Yeah, thanks for the roof camera notification. Driving in New York is so stressful. Seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, because no one picks a lane. They kind of like choose all the lanes. Like what do we got here? We got this.
Yeah, and then like these trucks will just stop.
Yeah, and then this guy's coming in. Go on. Oh my god.
Oh my god! Someone come out of the parking
three
garage.
people coming in. Oh my god. Okay.
And now
then he's going, but he's not going. And it's like
we're not going.
Okay. All right. So for those of you familiar or not familiar with New York City, we are going north up 3rd Avenue, passing 39th Street. We'll probably go up to like 50 or something, and then head west.
So
a few bumps.
bit of a stretch.
Tell me if that camera needs adjusting.
I'll handle it.
Okay.
You handle the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Which camera do we have on the roof of the car? All 3 cameras are the Mevo Start cameras. So that is what we are streaming on.
Oh my god!
Oh
this
my
guy's
god!
just like pulling into my. That was my lane, and then he took it.
Yeah.
Now this guy's going in there. So
Skateboard.
back in here.
Maybe better suited for Manhattan Casey style.
That is
says
true.
Andy. Yeah,
that is
that is quite possible. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Can take a pause. We are at a red light.
I don't want to like jinx it, but I feel like the Raspberry Pi is actually holding up.
Yeah. So far, so good. Things are holding up.
2 crashes before we started. Not the Pi.
Not the Pi.
The Mevo.
The Mevo app crashed for some reason right before we started. It was again, as always, 5 minutes before the stream, something goes wrong, and
we weren't even doing anything. It wasn't like we were like switching angles or like. This was so I used to have the Teradek Video Pros a couple of years ago, and I had 3 encoders, and the idea was that they would run through an iOS app, Live to Air, I think it was. And one of the reasons I got rid of it was I just felt like Wi-Fi drops out, and then you just or the iOS app might crash, which is where I went like the A10 Mini route, because I felt like having some hardware was more reliable.
Yeah, so that is one of the possible failure points here, which is that because the cameras, cool feature of the cameras is they can record internally. So you can pop into micro SD, and then the cameras can record themselves internally, which means you will always have at least that recording. But they are broadcasting to Wi-Fi to the phone, and the phone is the one doing the mixing, which means if the app crashes, then the whole stream is down.
Oh, you see that move? Oh, yes. All right, and we're back.
So the app crashing would take the whole stream down, even though the cameras might still be recording internally, which is a bit unfortunate, but that is one of the limits of streaming on apps.
But if we have a crash, it's not gonna, like, YouTube's not gonna drop out.
Yeah.
It's gonna, oh, that was a red light. It's gonna be the Raspberry Pi stuff coming up for a bit until we get back online, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And if I still have internet on my laptop, I'll be able to at least like switch back to my desk so you don't just see the Raspberry Pi screen.
Yeah.
Okay, we got some more questions coming in from the chat. How are you getting your multi-view to show on the laptop? The multi-view on the laptop is, there's actually a HDMI capture card at my studio plugged into the ATEM Extreme. Not capture card, HDMI encoder plugged into the ATEM Extreme, and that produces a RTSP URL. So I've got VLC open on my laptop, just like a video player, and I've opened up the network address of the RTSP encoder. So it's cool that I can just bring up my multi-view on my laptop from wherever. I VPN into my studio, so I've just got my local address of that encoder, and I can just pull it up wherever and control the ATEM the same way. I'm VPN'd in, so my ATEM software control is talking to it. I can bring up Companion at my studio over the VPN and poke the buttons there as well. Is Mevo a cloud service, or does the phone do the actual switching? That is a fantastic question. I am 95% sure that the phone is doing the actual switching. I don't think the switching is happening in the cloud.
Isn't Vimeo handling the
Mevo
processing though? Is that right?
Vimeo?
Vimeo's servers aren't they?
I don't
Handling the
think their
processing?
servers are
No.
involved in this. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure the mixing's happening on the phone. But that's a good question. I do want to confirm that.
Right. Mixing
But-
on the phone, but then when it goes out,
when it goes up, I
Yeah.
didn't actually check whether my phone is got the connection directly to the Raspberry Pi at my studio or not. That's another good question because I know that YOLObox actually just added an option to avoid using their servers because by default the YOLObox does push up to their cloud to push to an RTMP server or multiple, and that's their cloud doing that. And they added an option recently to be able to stream direct. You only can stream to one place because it's the YOLObox then pushing directly to your RTMP destination. And I am not 100% sure of how this Mevo is doing it, in fact.
Do you want to go down 51st?
I don't know what
Well, it looks like there's a cop station here, so we can take a fly by the NYPD.
Sure.
And then we'll drop into Times Square. We could go a little bit more north, maybe. Maybe go a little bit more north.
Okay.
Like 56. No, that's kind of the park.
Yeah. A couple other good questions coming in. Can you use other RTMP cameras with the Mevo app? No, the Mevo app is just
Mevo.
to talk to the Mevo cameras. You can add graphics in the Mevo app itself to create some little graphics templates, but I did not do that because I didn't want to have to pay attention to that many things on the phone. I would rather just be doing angle switching on the phone in this particular case.
I don't know if that was the best choice, but you know, here we go. After being like, I'm going to go north, and I'm like, nah, maybe I won't.
We are on 51st.
We're on 51st.
Oh, got
heading
some
west.
heavy LTE
Whoa.
artifacts going on. Up to Cell Tower.
I guess because before we were going up 3rd Avenue, so there's probably a bit of reach down that corridor.
Mm-hmm.
And then you turn into a new block, and I'm guessing you switch cell towers. In my uneducated
Right.
assumption, I don't know.
But yeah, we'll get to Times Square, and then maybe we can end up down by water somewhere. But hopefully this stream holds up with our little LTE
Like literally sticky tape, almost.
drought here. I don't even know if they can hear us right now.
They can't? Oh, no.
Yeah, getting a lot of jitter and latency. Let's cut over to the view of the desk, just in case the Raspberry Pi drops out completely. I'm seeing some pretty bad compression artifacts on my multi-view right now, which is, yeah. Oh, we're getting stuck.
And they got jammed.
They got jammed.
Oh, no.
Well, we'll give them my desk to look at for a while.
Can they hear us?
I doubt it if they can't see us. Yeah, I think the stream is frozen. Oh no, it's going. It's going. Okay. Jules says, "Come and stop by on 91st and 3rd and say hello."
91st and 3rd. Oh, I just keep on going up the.
Yeah. Okay, no,
Right.
we're going. We're
Moving? Okay.
we're moving. I'm
good.
seeing some video from back there.
Camera's still up, so that's good because I'm following.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm not. But I'm not on the. It's like
What?
it's like way in the past.
So there's, well, there was, when we tested before, it seemed like there was at least an 8-second
We were definitely
delay,
seeing about
right?
8 seconds of delay, but we should be looking at us right now, and I am just seeing the outside. It's interesting. Well,
Yeah.
we'll just let this roll for a while because it looks like we're gonna
Crossing
get our
Park Avenue, trying not to
LTE
run over
back soon.
pedestrians. Yeah. Is that, are we back on? You're still on the desk.
I'm still on the desk. Oh, okay. I think we're just way behind, so I'll switch back to us. I don't know how
Okay.
far behind we are, but we're really delayed. But hey,
Really?
at least we're here.
Okay. I'm going to do a clap.
Yeah, I know that was from
Oh,
I
that's
think
gonna
like
be-
the last time I was on us. Now we're looking at the.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it was when you said the camera's still up there.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So apparently,
So how did the delay increase? That's what I want to know.
How did the
Because
delay
when we
increase?
started this, we did a test and it was about 8 seconds, and now it's looking like what, 30 seconds?
30
or something?
seconds?
Yeah.
yeah, which is interesting.
Does that mean if it's not receiving it, it just kind of waits for
Something
it?
is buffering it, which is interesting. So I don't
Okay.
know if it's the Mevo's buffering, the Mevo app buffering it.
And you're sure you've still got your data on yourself?
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like
because
we
I've been
wouldn't
seeing
have
the
used 3.
I've been seeing the multi-view the whole time.
Okay.
It's been real time.
Oh, look, that's us on Park Avenue in the past.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. So, and that's another reason I have this little video clip playing of the of the 3D printers
Right.
going, so I can just see that there's always motion happening.
All right, so
Um,
we're crossing Fifth Avenue. Oh, a few bumps here.
Hopefully that camera stays up. Yep, looks
Excellent.
good.
Going past the Lego store.
Oh, nice.
Radio City Music Hall is up here. We're beneath Top of the Rock, heading towards 6th Avenue. I could be a tour guide in New York City.
Excellent tour guide.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah, the feed is way behind, but still there. It's super, super behind.
But it's
though,
being
well.
fed through.
It is still going. It's
These
still going
guys just
strong.
walk out on the road, like, you know.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for just taking your phone call in the middle of the street.
And you've set the app so that as you're cutting, it's not cutting the audio. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah.
So it's
Fixed,
locked to
locked
the-
audio
this-
on one of the
this camera.
cameras, which is the main camera that we're looking at here,
Yeah.
which has got our Rode Lav receiver, and then the rest of the cameras I can cut without switching the audio.
Yeah.
Still can't believe we messed up the start of that.
Did you show them this setup?
Oh yeah, so let's take a look
This
at
is like,
that beautiful little. This is the sort of A cam of the two of us, and it's
which is, I have a rental car, and there was this like weird phone mount just that came with it, and we've just like wedged that into the rubber of it, and it seems to work. So,
Yep.
You know,
happened to fit well
like
enough.
we said, this is sticky tape production.
Exactly.
Straight on. All right, crossing 6th Avenue.
No, I do not have the new Hyperdeck in the studio yet.
Why Have they released it yet?
I haven't got a shipping notification yet. Oh, I have no idea if the chat messages I'm showing are being in sync with what I'm saying. Probably not, if we're that far behind.
Oh, right. Like, yeah, actually, that's a good point. 6th and a half Avenue. I've never seen that before.
Oh, nice.
Like, I know there's like this secret little like 4th Avenue for like a few blocks,
Mhm.
but I've never seen 6th and a half Avenue. Huh. There you go. What else is going on in the chat?
Yeah.
This is like dash cam. It's like those Russian dash cam videos, right?
Dash cam videos.
It's like a live version of that.
We're on a slow-moving street right now.
Yeah.
Oh, give us a time check at 3 o'clock to see what the delay is at. Yeah, good idea. I will.
That's wrong.
Yeah, they've like overcorrected for East Coast time. It's 3 hours ahead of us for some reason on that.
2:53.
But I've got the time
you've
up
got
here.
that. There you go.
Are we near B&H? We are a little bit.
We
near.
can swing by there.
We can swing by
We're gonna
B&H.
go Times Square down to 34th, cross the 9th. Yeah. In just like, I don't know, point the camera at B&H.
Yep.
And you can like run around. And
Run around, say.
you could jump out of the car, but you just don't want to. You don't want to bump the USB-C connection that is powering the router, because
Right.
that would kill everything.
That would be an abrupt end.
Yeah. Do you want to show them that again? Just
Yeah.
show them like how
This is the precariously perched.
We have not used a seatbelt on the router. It is just sitting there, and it's relying on me not being too crazy of driver.
Got a nice big V-mount battery with a USB port on it, powering the router. Got a USB LTE modem connected to that, and that is providing internet for this production.
And we're turning left into Times Square.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Here's the main attraction. There's a bus.
Look at that.
Maybe I will not go behind the bus.
Maybe not behind the bus, yeah.
There we go. Oh, a little slingshot down here. Little weed world. Man, weed is popping up everywhere.
Some fancy LED screens on these buildings.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you that.
All right.
How is the battery life of these? That is a great question.
Apparently 6 hours, right?
They claim 6 hours. We will find out if it is in fact 6 hours. How give you a sync at 3 o'clock? Definitely seeing some streaking on the video feed, but I think it might just be the return feed coming back.
Have to handheld get a sky shot or something.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the camera's a little bit of the road. A bit too much road.
Oh, now they're seeing the router we were talking about.
Ah.
Oh, it's
okay.
like skipping. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Park here.
Park here for a little minute. Let it catch up.
Yeah, let me just angle up a bit.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Is that?
Ah, perfect.
Oh, look at that shot.
Look at that
Hopefully
shot.
will-
Oh, now we're pulling to Times Square.
Okay.
Chris says I've seen it to go 2 minutes behind on LTE, which is really interesting. I'm surprised that that's how that is happening.
I assume our audio is good.
I-
People will tell us
people
if
will tell us
audio
if the audio is
not
bad now.
okay.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm impressed with the Rode, love, because
Mhm.
I have all these Sennheiser G4s because I'm like old school production, and then
Oh, yeah.
they're heavy, and I don't know, the batteries run out, and this guy's gonna get run over. Come back, guy. Yeah, there you
Yeah, good job.
go. Oi, oi. I'm driving here.
There's a lane here.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll just go slow because
Yeah, no
there's,
rush.
there's no rush.
No rush.
I
to
feel
go
like in
through
New York,
Times
I'm always
Square.
like, gotta get through the light. But no,
Who wants
this
to
is
rush
Times
through
Square.
Times Square?
Yeah, so I don't know, tourists are coming back.
It
There's a
is.
lot of photographers that take shots here. I came up the other day to get a shot for the newspaper, and someone asked me to take their photo, and I did take a photograph of them. And then they asked me how much it costs, and I was like, oh, I'll just send it to you. Because I was like, then I realized that they thought I was like a Times Square photographer, and I was like, no, I came here for the newspaper, so just give me your email and I'll send it to you. But
That's
yeah,
amazing.
all right, maybe I'm going slow and these people are beeping at me now. Who knows? That's fun. Look at that building. It's all
I love the little curvy LED
curvy
screens.
LEDs. Yeah. Taking it in. What are all these cars doing?
Good question. Someone asked, are all the streets in New York one way?
Pretty much. Well, I mean, some avenues are two-way. Like Park Avenue is two ways, but most avenues or streets are one-way, alternating east-west, up and down, because otherwise no traffic would move anywhere.
Yeah.
Really. Oh, look at that flag. Look at the flag. Cut the flag. And the tourist photographer. That's great.
There we go.
Look at him. He's got the hat. Got the bag.
I need one of those for my studio.
Yeah.
One of those video walls.
Yeah. Times Square. You can probably see the ball up there. 2021. For the ball to drop.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the
Let's cut
the
to
Times
the
Square
There we go.
ball drop, or I don't know what they call that.
Right.
Oh look, what's Bigo Live? Live streaming your moments. Can they do it in a car with 3 angles? All right, I'm coming.
Excellent
through.
question.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little more this way. And this lane. Yeah. All right. So let's go past B&H because that is my first favorite store in New York City.
Absolutely.
My second favorite is Home Depot, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. I just like
Just like home improvement.
Building things.
Building things. Nuts and bolts.
And I'm trying to go slow over these bumps because this camera's a little, it's not.
It's precariously perched.
It doesn't really have like shock absorbers in it or anything. But
it's just got a little 1/4-inch tripod screw on the bottom, and that gives you some options for mounting. But
and all these, 39th. Let me think. 9th is going down, right? So, I should probably turn sooner rather than later. Because I don't know if I can turn left onto... That's a good question. Let's go 37th.
All right.
Yeah, move across here.
Connection might drop out again.
Because we're changing...
in between two tall buildings.
Oh, maybe we'll go slow. Do a little handshake.
The cell tower handshake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it,
let it hop over.
Do a little relay.
I don't know if that has any scientific merit, but it sounds good.
The Olympic baton to the next runner. That kind of thing.
Stream is holding strong, though. That is...
I mean, the fact that you can see your multi-view means that we have internet, right?
Exactly.
Like, if your multi-view dropped out, and that's real time for us.
Oh, Al says it's 3:00 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you for that. I am 30 seconds late on announcing that. So, yes, it is 3:00 and 30 seconds right now on... and I'm showing the comment on the screen at 3:00 my time. So when you are hearing this, that is the delay we're at right now. Chris asks, is everything running off the LTE or do you have... Yeah, everything is running off of the LTE.
Did we do it professionally? Is that what he means? Like,
right.
Did we bond it?
Did we do bonding or redundant connections or push the video feed on a different connection, then we're pulling the multi-view down?
No, we're using a $70 router.
Yeah.
We're using your phone's SIM card in a modem plug-in thing, running off a V-mount battery.
Yeah.
Which is actually just a USB.
Just USB power bank.
USB
glorified
power bank. Yeah.
Power bank.
Yes.
The cameras are running off internal batteries. The Rode mics are running off internal batteries. My laptop is running off internal battery.
Your phone's plugged
my
into
phone is plugged into the car.
Yeah. I'm going to go around this guy. Oh, he's low to the ground, that guy, is he? That's what he's worried about. Oh, now we're going to get stuck behind Fresh Direct. Okay.
Where is the debt clock?
The debt clock.
Is that around here somewhere?
Which clock?
The debt clock. It shows the running total of the United States debt. Counting
is that
up.
Union Square?
I don't remember.
I thought that was like, if it's the one in Union Square, I think they changed it to like, basically Armageddon, which was like, until climate change is irreversible or something. Which is like, oh, okay, we don't have much time left. Yeah.
New York looks so empty, not used to it looking this way, says Rajesh.
Oh, it's been a lot worse. It's actually a bit busier now that I'm stuck in traffic.
I know. I've seen a lot of people around here.
We are around the corner from B&H, so we are approaching 9th Avenue.
Oh, nice.
And then we'll go south, and we're about 6 blocks away, maybe, something like that. Go around.
Okay, they just heard us read out the time, so we're about a minute and a half behind.
This is a bit congested up here. Traffic's not as fun.
Yeah,
I like when it goes fast.
I know, traffic is slow moving content.
Like Times Square was fun.
That was a great run down Times Square.
Like visuals, and then this is like the back of a Corolla.
Yeah.
So we're in the garment district. There you go. Yeah. Stuck up tree.
Up on 91st.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, windscreen is clean. Lucky it's not raining.
That's a good point. I didn't actually clean it, but I think it's fairly
We
good.
did luck out because it looked like it was going to rain this morning, actually.
Yeah.
I was pretty convinced it was going to rain.
So part of part of the reason we're doing this. Ooh, coming in. Part of the reason we're doing this live stream now is because we spent all morning trying to drive around, find an alternate street park for the street sweeping, and oh my god, that took like 2 hours, and then all the garages were full, and eventually I just paid for commercial parking, and then we're like, let's just do a live stream, and then like get that done. So
yeah, we had to move the car anyway for the meter, and then we're like, well, let's just hop in the car and do a live stream. Well, because we've moved the car anyway, so might as well.
You're checking on your balance?
Checking on the data plan, see how our data is doing.
If we want to like tilt down a bit. Oh, wrong one.
Oh yeah, we've already burned through 2 gigs.
2 gigs.
All right, I guess I'm going to add more data because we are clearly not done with this.
Wow. Mint Mobile's making a bit off you this month.
They sure are.
Hopefully that is.
Giving Mint Mobile $20 more.
Look at that.
For another 3 gigs.
A gentleman. I just let that lady in. 12 seconds. This around. Go, go, go. 9, 8. You can see everyone has the B&H bags. These are reusable bags. They've started proliferating throughout my office. All right.
Yes,
1,
I've seen several people carrying those.
Now I'm committed, right? I'm in the middle of the
middle
intersection. I've got to like go out here, and that's only, and then, ooh, okay. All right, whoop, yep, there we go. And this is where there's a car parked, and so you just got to go around the car. They just stop in the middle of the street.
Just stop in the middle.
Go. Cool. All right, B&H. Here we go.
There it is. I see
Here
it up on the corner.
Yeah.
Do a little
B&H.
drive by.
Yeah.
34th and 9th.
Oh, I'll just go very slow. Very slow. There we are. Excellent. There's the returns. I go there a lot. On the side street. We could just pull in illegally here and just like do a little pit stop. There we go. Pull in this guy. And there we go.
There we go.
The front door.
Say hi to B&H.
What's in there? Hypercardioid microphones in the window. A Joby. What is that? Gorilla. That's actually like a Gorilla Pod with like.
With two
little, like a microphone and a light. And
yeah.
It looks like a thing. Cool. All right.
Nice.
B&H.
That is B&H.
Should we keep going? This guy is stopping. All right. So on our right is, well, ahead of us is Penn Station, the new Penn Station, which was in the old, I think it's called Fairfield Building, something like that. So half of it is Penn Station, and then half of it is Facebook.
Oh.
Facebook has spent like a lot of money on this. It's like
Facebook?
I don't know, 10-year lease.
Wow.
And then they're also moving into Hudson Yards, and like a whole lot of companies are moving into Hudson Yards. It's just like, I can't remember the stats. It's something like the biggest private development in the Western Hemisphere, or I don't know, some headline that sounds good, but don't quote me on that but it's big. There's a lot of things going on. It interconnects with the High Line, which is an old train line that runs up the west side of Manhattan, and so you can actually, it's a walking park now on like a raised platform, and then it sort of terminates here. A lot of these buildings, yeah. Oh, there's bumpy.
That is very bumpy.
We still got our camera.
Camera's holding up.
Okay, good.
Despite the ridiculous bumps. This is a lot of construction around here.
Yeah. They've been doing this for years. Oh my god.
There's no lanes now in this street.
This is choose your own adventure. Okay, more bumps. And there we go. All right.
Back on.
All right, so now we are in Chelsea, and we're heading south. I don't know. Do you want to go World Trade Center?
How about down to by the water, so we can see some water?
See some water? Yeah. Okay. We could go over the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh yeah.
This bus. See, look at this bus. It's like in its lane, but it's also in my lane, which is, and then there's this moped guy over here, which means that this car is, all right.
Wow. Oh, he was trying to get around that van.
I guess so. It's like there's always something trying to get around something else. So, all right.
Yeah. I saw a question about what router we're using, so I'm going to dig that up.
That is the Beryl GL iNet 1300 something. I bought 2 of them because I really like them. I haven't fully set them up between home and the office yet, but what I like about them is that they run on USB-C 5-volt power. So I've put it into my A10 Mini Pro rig, which means you don't need to plug it into AC.
Let's try this. Renewed our... So technically unlimited. Because... Top it up. I'll be back. And
So in this instance, it's the data plan, not the actual connectivity.
yeah, yep.
Okay.
The data plan died. So they're looking at my desk now. And okay, I think we're back. Here we are. Okay, we are back. That was fun. So I don't know how much of what I was explaining before you caught, but the problem was that my data plan ran out, and I tried to buy more ahead of time because I was keeping an eye on it, but apparently that purchase didn't go through for some reason, so I tried again, but it was too late and the data already ran out. So, yep. That's my Raspberry bridge, which is how this whole thing is working, and the streaming bridge in quotes, it's the Raspberry Pi version that I built. I have a video about that. Please do check it out. And it is, what it does is basically, if there's an RTMP stream coming in, it'll just output it over the HDMI on top of whatever else was there. So it was just at the login screen, and then that's why it falls back to that when the stream is dead. So I would like to solve that. I would like to make it at least show like a picture when the stream dies. I feel like that would be a little bit nicer. So I need to figure that one out eventually. Yep.
So we're Chelsea heading into West Village.
Make sure the audio's on the right one. Yeah. We are back.
We could maybe, I guess we'll end up on the West Side Highway, right? Maybe we could do that.
So yeah, this wasn't even the fault of my non-bonded internet connection. I just need to apparently get more data. More datas for my cell phone.
Yeah. But we're using yours because it is
Mine is not
uncapped or whatever you call it.
Unlimited. I have to pay for the data, but the problem with the unlimited plans is that they will throttle you down at some point, and then you don't really have a recourse. So, like David's got unlimited T-Mobile, but we don't actually know at what point
hard to say if it's like, because you can do a speed test and it will say 130 up and 80 down, and you're like, sweet, and then you're like, why is my internet being shitty?
Yeah.
When you're halfway into something. Okay, so now I'm in West Village, but I don't know if I can get out to the highway here, so I might be like winding through streets.
Okay.
Yeah. They're probably going to be like cobblestones, bouncing around. All right.
Sergio says, it's so interesting how expensive cell data is in USA. For example, we pay $7 a month and we get 50 gigabytes in Romania.
How much has this stream cost you already, Aaron?
Not
like
including,
if you go per minute, like if you do the...
Not including the testing we did earlier.
Yeah.
I've just spent $40 on internet.
Which is a good time for me to say, go give him a super chat and a beer money and get that money back for the stream.
There we go.
Give your money to T-Mobile or whatever it is, Mint Mobile. Yeah.
Video's getting better. Yeah, we're also moving around quite a lot now, and in between a lot of buildings. So hopefully the LTE. Oh, the truck just put on its blinkers.
Oh, I should go around him then. Yeah, okay. Oh, I could have been sitting there for like 5 minutes and be like, why has the light not changed? And he's just, thanks for that. That's good. That is good. Yes, very desirable place to live. West 11th, Washington Street. We're in West Village. Very nice area.
Lots of
very
green.
Expensive. Nice shops. Low-rise buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Manhattan's kind of like, Midtown is like high-rise and it drops off in the middle, and then downtown is like high-rise again. So we're in that dip in the middle, which I think was a zoning thing for, I'm not sure if it's for land or just for like the way they've done zoning. Charles Street. FedEx parked in the middle of the road. It's like, all right. lefts and driving in the bike lane. All right, and straight ahead of us we have the World Trade Center, partly obstructed by something that's new. I don't know what that thing is. How's our angle looking? We got a little bit of the...
Looking good.
Looking good? Okay. I've got a question for you. Can you zoom on these cameras, or are they like just a fixed point?
That is a good question. I don't see any
great questions.
Controls on the cameras here. I see... Oh, that's not true. I do see crop and zoom.
Ah, so you like punch in and, you know?
Yeah. It looks like I can... Oh, I can punch in. Yep.
On the...
There.
yeah.
That's a zoom. So I just zoomed in a little bit.
The full zoom?
And let's go punch back out. Yep.
Where are we at? Well, I think we're hitting like Canal or something. Why are you slowing down?
Oh, video paused again. Oh, man. This internet is definitely flaky out here.
Is it? Guessing I can go straight on here.
Okay, internet's come back. I see the printers are going.
What do you print at home? Like, you printing products that just like...
That's just a loop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the printers printing the
like
printing the stands, but it's just B-roll from the manufacturers that I got.
Right. Interesting. Okay, so you can zoom in on these cameras.
You can. I don't know if anybody heard that.
Is it just like a little digital punch in, right?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it? Like, it's not like super far.
Let's see what.
Like we got the World Trade Center building up here. I don't think I've been down this street.
We got 3 gigs left still.
Oh, I like it. We could go to Brooklyn. I don't know that I've taken you on the most scenic route here. This is kind of like...
Kind of in the underbellies.
The back end of... Yeah. Back end of Tribeca. Oh,
Okay, let me restart this. Can zoom and saw it on the monitor. Cool. Okay. We are resetting things and hopping onto this large street.
This is the West Side Highway, and on the overhead camera, oh, I gotta go this way. Otherwise, that's traffic.
Quite a lot of traffic. Oh, look at all the sunlight, though.
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, we're back.
We are, and just out of shot is because we're facing the wrong way. Is the World Trade Center.
Wait, which?
Is that
Over to the right?
Yeah.
Oh, to the left.
To the left.
There we go.
I wonder if we...
Next time out to Starlink dish to the roof. Yeah.
Yes.
That would be great.
That'd be truck. All right, so that should be... Is that a good... Is it all lined up?
That is a good shot.
Beautiful.
Look at that view.
Yes, that is One World Trade Center. Well, Freedom Tower or whatever. Can't quite see. Helicopters going around everywhere. And nope. This one's still on, right?
It is.
So when it's green, so do you want to explain the tally lights to us?
Oh yeah, so these do have tally lights.
We'll just hold it in front of that one.
On them, and so we're looking at the little camera here, and if I turn that one on, the tally light turns red. Of course, I can't show it to you red because when I show you it, it's not on the air. But yeah, it turns red when it is on the air, and it is.
What's the difference between green and not on at all?
Right now, it's not on at all when it's not on the air. I don't know. Why was it green before?
I don't know. Is that a preview thing, or is it like, does it have a preview function in the Mevo app?
No. I can just see all 3 video feeds always, and then I just press 1 to cut to it.
All right, so it's pretty simple cutting.
Yeah, very simple cutting.
Have you shown people the app? Like
yeah, but I can probably show it again because I think it's been a while. The app that I'm using to switch this is on my phone and looks like this. So I've got a little preview of all 3 videos, and I can tap 1 to cut to it. And if I tap, it just cuts immediately. So pretty simple, straightforward. I can see the audio meters. I can see which of the 3 cameras the audio is on as well. And that is, yeah, not much to it.
Head south on West Street toward North Moore Street.
I'm just gonna put in.
Head north on West Street toward Hughes.
Cool, got some Google
Got
directions
some
going.
navigations. Yeah, hopefully she's. Oh yes, across the bridge.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Which is good to know. Involves what's that cutting in?
Here's a great question from Al. Do you know if the Mevo has a wired network version? And it actually does. So they do sell an accessory, which is a Ethernet dongle thing plugged into the USB-C port, and it provides both power and network connection wired to those, which is obviously going to give it a much
more
reliable connection. Oh yeah, and it's also PoE. That's right. It is a PoE adapter too, which is really cool. So you can run 1 cable to these things. So
cool.
Definitely a lot better of a plan if you can pull that off. Which actually we could have technically done here in the car, because could have brought a PoE switch, run that off of a giant battery, run actual wires to all the cameras.
Yeah, but like the way we put this live stream together was like, oh shit, the parking's going to expire. Let's go do a live stream.
Right. So would have required a little bit more advanced planning to pull that off, but you know. Oh, okay. Is that the plan? That route?
No, this is
okay.
this is. I can't get Google to do. Google.
Use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto Chambers
That's
Street.
not the way. And it's fast with tolls.
PoE does work for a great project I'm thinking of. Awesome. Yeah, it's certainly a good option if it works for your installation. Is there any stabilization on the camera? I'm getting car sick from the vibration.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't. There's no options as far as I can tell in terms of.
From the clamp.
Yeah, there's power options. There's sound options, and there's the crop and zoom feature as well. There are image adjustments too, so I can do like tell it's a backlit or high contrast picture. We are kind of high contrast now.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at that.
I've got this like freaking sun coming through.
Oh, it makes it high contrast. I see. It's like artistic effect. It's like a built-in Instagram. Here's a vivid filter. I can make it black and white as well. And I can do, but then yeah, it's got a couple of scenes. So if you tell it you're backlit, it does this, which is different from no effect, which looks like this. I'm not sure which one is actually better. You need a peplink with dual cellular bonded connections. I do. That would be quite a lot nicer than relying on this one little LTE, which I should keep an eye on again. What?
Although I would say, if we had a plan with more data in it and we weren't moving, then it's been fairly reliable, right?
Yeah. Part of the problem is that we're moving around and hopping cell towers all the time. But now we still have 2.9 gigs left. We're doing fine.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
Let's go until the battery dies.
Yep.
Or until we hit the gas station.
Yep. We're gonna go till something runs out of power, either the devices or the car or us.
If we go until 7 p.m. Eastern, then we can just repark the car overnight.
There we go.
Look, big bus. Tourists are back in New York City.
Oh, yeah.
Got their masks out on the roof, being safe.
Yep.
Slowly getting back there. Yeah.
Thanks, Alf. Thanks for joining. See you later.
Bye, Al.
RJ says, can you add lenses to make it more wide angle?
Oh.
I haven't seen any lens attachments yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if there do end up being some third-party lens attachments for this, kind of like the way that people have made them for GoPro or the Osmo Pocket, because
Right, like a
just like
or like an ND filter. Or
yeah, just like sort of attach a clamp something onto the front that happens to line up with it. Yeah. Simon wants to know what car this is.
Oh, great question. All right, so I live in New York City, but I don't own a car. But I thought for some of the summer, it'd be fun to just own a car and see what that's like. And parking today was not fun. So I've used an app called Turo, which is like Airbnb for cars. And so I've got this car for a month, which is a Jetta from 2013. Because it was, I don't know, it was economical.
Yeah.
Since the pandemic, and you guys have probably read about this, but a lot of the car companies sold off their inventory, and then now they've got really low stock, and so everyone's going traveling again, and no one can get a car, and so everything's really expensive. So I was using Turo just for a longer, 1 month type thing, which has been okay. I don't feel like it's like that much cheaper than an actual
Regular rental.
But that's kind of like Airbnb. Like, is Airbnb any cheaper than hotels?
Right. Yeah.
Like the
you
amount
can
of time
find
you
some,
spend.
but there's a lot of their just regular hotel
Yeah.
prices.
Chambers Street at Brooklyn Bridge, which saves 10 minutes.
Oh,
If you
Google.
prefer to stay on the current route,
I
tap
want to
those
stay
next.
on the Brooklyn Bridge. No thanks. She just does a little cheeky. Well, maybe I do want that. Actually, can you tap on the next?
On
the faster route.
oh,
I did because I want the Brooklyn Bridge. Yeah.
got it.
In half a mile, turn right onto Center Street.
Yeah, you gotta be fast with her, otherwise she switches routes and then
Yeah.
you're going somewhere else. Oh, COVID testing. Lab Q. I've been to one of those during the pandemic. They were really fast and pretty painless.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, we went overseas and then we had to get a COVID test before we go to the airport. But then I can't remember what we were using, Northwell Health or something, and it was going to take too long, and so I ended up getting 2 tests, and this one was really quick. Quick, reliable results save lives. LabQ.
Oh, Hugo popped in, said,
Hi Hugo.
want to say hi and went for another A10 Mini Pro to have my chroma key into box 1 on the Extreme. Oh, nice. We were talking about that last live stream of options for doing chroma keying into SuperSource. Yeah.
Say again.
How to do if you want to get a chroma keyed video into one of your SuperSource windows, you need to do that.
Keying.
You need another ME, basically,
Yeah.
in order to do that. So your options are, wow, that lady was looking down at her phone and crossed, not at the crosswalk, and almost just got hit.
I know.
Classic.
I know. It's so different when you drive. Like when you're behind the wheel and you see pedestrians step out, you're like, what are you doing? And then
Yeah.
you get out from behind a car and you're walking around New York and you're like, what are you doing to the car? So it's a bit of a fight either way.
Yeah.
Tell me about how you're doing your chat overlay, because that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah. So the way that I've got the chat working is, again, using my normal setup that I use for when I'm streaming from home, and that means I've got the OBS running, pulling up a browser source.
City bike guy, I'm just gonna run him over. It's like right there. Sorry, keep going.
So I've got the browser source with my chat in OBS. OBS is outputting over the Ultra Studio 4K, which is the other device that you saw on my desk. And the Ultra Studio 4K is outputting dual SDI key fill into the A10 Mini Extreme. So,
And you're actually switching this through the software.
and then I'm controlling what to show on the chat by using my back-end interface to push push a message into that web view so that it can be keyed out.
It is faster riding around New York sometimes.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
we could do the New York on a. We could do this on a city bike. We could do
Yeah,
that
we
one.
can come back and
Yeah.
strap all these Mevo cameras to city bikes and
Yeah.
bike around.
I guess you'd need like a handlebar mount and I don't know.
Handlebar mount would be useful.
'Cause
We
you're
could stop by,
tapping
go back
the-
to B&H and grab
yeah.
some mounting gear.
That's right.
There is a
Yep.
6-minute slide.
Oh, we're getting close to the bridge.
9 miles of you are still on the fastest route.
Dismiss.
Getting close to the bridge.
We are facing City Hall. I think we got City Hall.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Where am I? Okay. Cool. This is pretty straight. Straight on and then a right. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God! When I first moved to New York in 2011, I was working on this feature film just here.
Fun.
And it was like freezing cold. I just get memories of flashbacks of that, and I was like, I didn't know. Very painful. I thought I was going to lose my fingers.
Oh, we are dropping out our LTE right here.
All right, so going right and then left. Getting very close. Are we online or have we dropped out?
We are online-ish. I think we're gonna be adding
Online-ish.
delay right here, right now. But maybe we will give us a chance to catch up.
So this picture here is what? Is real time or like you're seeing?
It's mostly real time,
Okay.
and because like I can cut.
Oh, that's the view before it hits YouTube,
it's
kind of, or like at
it's
the
basically
same.
what it's pushing to YouTube. So
Yes.
that's seconds behind YouTube,
Right. Okay.
and I can see how mushy this picture is, which means we're in a bad LTE
Yeah.
area right here. A little LTE.
Brooklyn Bridge.
Here we
There
go.
Turn left onto the Brooklyn Bridge ramp.
All right.
Okay, I hope we get a good signal here.
Yeah.
Want to see the Brooklyn Bridge?
Also, you could explain. Oh, hello.
Wow.
There we go.
Don't make my stream.
Right, I was thinking that before as we were
Copyright
passing
strike.
someone's music
Yeah.
in their car. I'm like, would
Don't
that
want
be
a
enough to
copyright
trip
strike.
it? Would that be enough to trip it?
Probably yes.
Right.
Probably several seconds would trip it.
All right, I'm just gonna go slow.
Yep.
Don't need to be speedy up here. I can just take it as it comes. We are in Manhattan heading to Brooklyn. Brooklyn Bridge is ahead of us. To the left here, this pedestrian and bike is a popular kind of like walking space. If you come to New York and do the Brooklyn Bridge, this is where you would go.
Oh, nice. Yep. I like that it's totally separated from the cars
Yes.
by
Mind
concrete
you, if you come
and
here on a
2 feet.
Sunday and you're walking and then like there's so many bikes that come flying through, or likewise if you're on a bike and then pedestrians just step out, it's not a good mix. Now we didn't have enough SD cards, but maybe you could explain the whole like local recording as well, because at the moment,
Yep.
because we just jumped into this, to do like a recap video, you're going to be pulling the YouTube video, or like you could have recorded it from your ATEM ISO or whatever, but you didn't have that.
I think we're live again.
Alright.
Let's switch back to the Raspberry Pi. Oh, that was probably a little bit too soon. Come on. And nope, not yet. There we are. All right. Yeah, sorry about that. Missed the whole bridge. It was great. It was really pretty. But the good news is I did record that all locally on my phone. So as I was mentioning in the recording, which I'm going to have to post somewhere later, the one of the features of this app is that you can hit record in the phone, on the phone, and it will record to the phone. So it'll record to the camera roll on the phone, and including all the live cuts and everything. So that whole
Plaza West.
trip across the bridge, I did record, and I was talking over, knew we were offline, but I was talking over, and I have that on my camera roll now saved. So the nice thing
For
about
members only.
for members only,
Oh,
there we go.
yeah. Like, the promised footage of the bridge does exist.
yeah,
but
yeah,
For members only.
yeah. So I did finally was able to load my Mint dashboard again, and we're down to 1.8 gigs left.
That's
so
a lot
we've
of
only
gig. I
used-
guess burning.
It's-
I
it's
guess
burning-
they're like, hey, you paid for it, so they're like, take it all.
Yeah.
But then, 20 minutes later, it's like, now you pay us another $20.
I feel like the first 3 gigs went by faster though, and we've been doing better now for some reason.
Yeah.
Don't really know why.
But before you were like, oh, we've got like 2.9 gig, and then
Yeah,
where did
we've
it go?
gone through a gig in like 20 minutes, whatever. It's fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, now we are across the, what is it? River, bay?
No, she's. Oh, yep, got to stop for the pedestrians. Responsible. Oh, I'm going to stop for this lady too because I'm a good citizen and also because I'm on camera. So,
There we go.
All right, now we go.
We may have just got honked at for stopping.
Yeah.
So yeah, where are we now? We're across.
We're in Dumbo, basically. We're at the back of Dumbo. So I'm going to drive down to the water. Oh, it's green. I should go. I'm just taking a leisurely Sunday drive.
Sunday drive on Thursday.
Oh, that truck behind us.
That's a loud truck.
Yeah. I gotta not get. And then it's like,
It's like,
oh no, wait, I don't want to go that way. What am I doing? Maybe. Oh, not that way. Oh, yes. This is okay.
some sort of construction happening here. Okay, we're back.
Up. I was like, and go. No, wait, there's a guy standing in front of me. Yes, this is the. I don't know, something like the BQE or something.
Yeah, where are we? Why are we in construction?
Well, on the
zone?
other side of this is New York City, but that's kind of like what they say about New York City generally. It's like you have a window looking out onto a wall, but on the other side of that wall is New York City. So like at least you're in the city.
Yeah,
That's the case now. If that wall wasn't there.
Oh no, there's an echo. They're saying. Okay, so
Echo. Something on the app.
I think that's my Raspberry Pi. I think my Raspberry Pi is playing the stream twice. we go. We are live soon. I see we are live. Okay, here we go. So yeah, what's happening with the Echo is the Raspberry Pi that is playing the RTMP feed. Sometimes when it frequently disconnects and reconnects, it ends up playing the feed twice because it hasn't like fully disconnected yet. So that's my fault for not making that more reliable on the Raspberry Pi. It's not the fault of the cameras at all. I had that happen once before too.
People are like, what's this Mevo product? Keeps dropping out all the time. We're like, well.
Well, I mean, we gave it one flaky internet connection.
Yeah, and we decided to drive across Manhattan.
Yeah.
And continuing to buy blocks of 3 gig of internet.
Right.
I think I can do a U-turn here. Around we go. New York City. There we go. That's a bit of better view. Got the Brooklyn Bridge. Got the World Trade Center.
require my printer is much more automated than it is. Oh, okay, we're back, I think.
Are we online?
My phone says we're live.
Oh,
Let's
that's
see how
great.
long it stays up.
Can people hear us? Say yes. We are now under the Brooklyn Bridge, passing Grimaldi's, which was sold off. And the guy sold off his name. And then he opened up a shop next door. It's kind of weird. Alright, we're getting into the cobbled stones.
Great.
There's like a ton of development going on here, a lot of creative shops, and it's a kind of cool area, but yeah, lots of construction, some bumpy streets.
Oh my god. Oh my god, these streets.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we could see if we go to the famous, oh no, that's one way the wrong way. There's this like famous angle of the Empire State Building, which I think is down this street. So if you look down there, it'll be, you'll probably get an angle that way.
Switch back to the desk.
Don't know if that's one way or not. There's a red onion in the street. Oh, it's a Brooklyn beard there.
Oh, yes. We might be back. Oh. Kind of back.
Are we?
Sort of. It is bumpy down here.
Yeah. The camera's holding up.
Nice little
yeah.
rig up there.
That looks backed up. Maybe I'll go to the... Oh man, New York.
Sure.
Oh. Go visit two-way, right? Looks like it. Okay. Going back towards the J Street stop on the F train. We could go back over the Brooklyn Bridge, head back into town, or
I guess.
is there anything you want to do over here?
I could get lunch.
That's true. No, I feel like that's a bad move.
Oh, too late.
Widen? When you edit the live stream, can you chop out a section, or is it just top and tail?
You can cut segments out of the live stream.
So if we get online, we could do a wrap up.
Yeah, I think honestly what I might do is just republish it as a whole new
Right.
video, and make this one like unlisted,
Right. How many viewers did you get?
like 80.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, back to
Go back to the up. You have to do that.
Street.
Yep. Also, because I'm trying to go slow. Hopefully, we've got good reception here. I think by the time we get onto the bridge, we might.
I think so. Okay, phone says we're live. Now we get a shot of the Brooklyn Bridge going back, hopefully. Come on.
Raspberry Pi.
Come on, Pi. You can do it.
Come on, Pi. This is a great ride, actually. Once you get south of this, power station here, because it really pinches in all the way around the bottom of Manhattan and then up the West Side Highway. Yeah, from sort of like 14th to 30, it gets a little janky. You really gotta like pull in. Like cars, they go like, oh, I'm in, like, yeah. Let's have a nice shot of Midtown. Turn right onto Avenue C. So you're still streaming your desk, are you?
I think so. It actually says it's live, so I think we're actually live.
Oh, are we? As I'm careering down the highway.
Yeah. I can't actually see anything for some reason. My laptop's not able to show me the multi-view right now, and like my ATEM connection isn't there. But the camera says it's live
to the Raspberry Pi, which means that from there it's all pretty reliable.
Yeah.
Right.
So if the camera says it's got a connection to the Pi, then I believe that the Pi is still streaming to YouTube.
Well, hello YouTube. Pleased to still be with you. Man, so many bumps. Real loud. Okay. Oh, sparrows. Okay.
Well, early for Christmas trees.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Man, we bought a Christmas tree down in Soho, and then we're like, couldn't get a car, so we had to take this Christmas tree on the subway, try and squeeze it through the gates of the turnstile. It's just, it was a New York thing. Back into the neighborhood. Alright, so we are on the front cam. We're on 23rd Street heading west. Ahead of us, I remember photographing a real estate agent years ago, and I asked her where the best spot in New York City would be. Like, if you could buy somewhere downtown. So Rupert got it. I saw him in the park one day in Madison Square Park with his daughter and his bodyguard or something. They were just walking along.
How much does that cost for that apartment?
I don't know. But I did have that moment where, you know, when you see someone like really expensive and you're like, you're a lot of money, and you're just like walking past Shake Shack. There's sort of this disconnect there that
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. 23rd Street, yeah. Maybe alongside Madison Square Park, and then just like wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
Say the citizens.
It says 5G for driving and streaming.
That's true.
It is true.
Plus, as we go around buildings, there's just like a lot of
Yeah, we are
yeah.
not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
But we're back on chat, are we?
I think we're back on chat.
And people stuck with us through like a lot of your desk.
Yeah, a lot of just staring at my desk and the little 3D printers printing away, even though those aren't even live.
Right, they just loops. Everyone's like, what? It's like the eternal creation that never gets there.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. So let's go back to your phone, because you were having trouble with that before. It was like overheating. What was going on with that?
Right. Part of the problems we were seeing at some point during this stream were actually my phone's fault. I was recording locally on the phone, which is a cool thing you can do with this device, is tell it to also record a backup stream to the phone, which means actually a lot of the stuff that you didn't see on the stream, I actually do have recordings of, because I was recording it, a bunch of it locally. But partway through that, the phone was saying, or the app was saying, recording speed is too slow, and it stopped recording. So there is definitely some missing gaps in that recording, and I don't really understand why the phone's recording speed would drop, except if
It was heat, was it?
my guess is that the phone was overheating and iOS was throttling the app down.
So it's charging, it's running the stream, it's also recording
Yeah,
and whatever else it's doing,
and
and it's sitting in your
being-
hot, sweaty palm. So,
yeah,
you know,
yep, and it's being charged because I
Maybe-
didn't trust the battery to last the whole
we
time.
should get a little USB fan, or we can just put on the AC. Like,
Oh yeah,
just
there
like,
we go.
There you go.
Hold it up to the AC
Cool that one
and
down.
let it cool down a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something to keep in mind, is that this setup is putting an awful lot of faith on this phone to do all the heavy lifting, essentially.
Yeah.
Even though the cameras are dedicated cameras and they do record internally if you have SD cards in them, which is fantastic, it is putting a lot of weight on your phone.
Yeah.
And I also realized this is not a new phone. This phone is like 2.5 years old now, so
Yeah.
it's not an old phone, but it's an XS, so that's
Yeah.
several
Yeah.
generations back now. So
That should still be. Well, I don't know.
It's-
No, it should be fast enough.
it should be fast enough, but
Yeah.
you know, again, it's just like one of those things. You have to make sure your phone is good enough in order to run the stream.
Got the Friends experience over here.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah. Everyone's
The
lining up
one
for
in New
that.
York City, cute.
The one in New York City, yeah.
Yeah.
Where are we? Coming back to Park Avenue South.
Turn right onto Madison Avenue.
And any other comments?
Not seeing any right now. It looks like we may be getting spotty LTE again.
Okay.
Would like to wrap up in a place where I know I'm live.
We'll turn the corner here and I'll find somewhere to like pull over.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but it's like One Madison. Just like a heritage building, and they're building this like massive skyscraper on top of it.
On top of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be like, you know, like a nice old building, and then they've got the sort of glass skyscraper coming out the top of it. Oh.
I'm getting the comments back.
Comments. What are they saying?
Oh, Jesse says, I see you driving and talking. Good to see you guys back online. Christmas tree shopping in New York brings a whole lot of chat. Okay.
So we can park
We can
here.
just hang out for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
Put in
see
the park.
if
Like stretch
we can get this back.
Stretch my leg. Oh, oh, so good.
Please let me know in the chat right now. Say cucumber in the chat, and if you can hear us, that means that's great. And then I will wrap this up.
Not the worst live stream he's ever seen.
Not the worst live stream.
I'm curious
ever
what the
seen.
worst one is ever seen is.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, it's got to be like worse than black.
I know, because a lot of this was just not
Your desk.
my desk or worse.
Looking at like a code on a Raspberry Pi or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Definitely a couple of good takeaways here and things to improve about this setup.
Yeah.
Which we can talk about here, but also when we are back at the studio.
I was pretty impressed. Like those, like the other than the app crashing a couple of times, which is not good because you don't want your main switching hub to go down. The main point was that running out of data,
Yep.
like having to buy new. What are you up to now? $80 on this?
Yeah.
An $80 live stream. Woo, making money. Yeah, there's that, and then the connection to the cell towers because we were moving around
a lot.
But if you took that out and you were just on Wi-Fi locally, that would be pretty reliable, I would think.
Even LTE locally, without moving, you can get a totally reasonable
that's
connection. I will say if we had done, if we had a bonded uplink and used
Whole
two
different show.
different cell providers. So,
Oh, yes.
because we're both on T-Mobile technically.
That's true,
I'm
yeah.
T-Mobile through Mint. But if we were on like T-Mobile and Verizon, then that would give us better coverage as we're hopping around. But that's a whole other problem to set that up.
Yeah. But the portability factor is great.
Yeah, well, also I will say the batteries on these are only down to probably around 50%. I see 2 dots still. So these batteries have held up the whole time. All 3 cameras have been on the whole time.
How long have we been going for?
2 hours.
2 hours?
2 hours.
Oh, 2:30, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
The little camera up here has done very well. It has been rocking. It's a
my
little
jerry rig.
little clamp mount up there and doing well. And I think it only fell over once. So that's cool.
I'm very impressed with this one. This whatever that it looks really ugly. But
it does look really ugly, but it does work really
maybe
well.
It's just the color, but the rubber thing is like all phones just kind of fit into it. I have no idea what it is.
No idea. It was just on the car. And our Rode Wireless Go 2 mics are doing great. So those have been on the whole time.
I haven't used them before, and I like that you don't have to think about it. Like, I'm not. I don't know. I guess you were thinking about it. I just put it on. You know, but normally it's like it's a lot to manage, and I guess I'm usually taking an XLR out into a mixer. Then that's a whole thing, and then you're trying to do that level and go in. It's just I don't know.
No, I like the little 1/8 inch. Just goes into one of the cameras.
Yeah.
There's no. That's all there is to it for this stream.
Yeah.
Simon asks, can the app run on an iPad? I wonder what the M1 iPad would be like running the app. So yeah, now that we know that the phone itself is actually responsible for a lot of the heavy lifting, I am curious to try it on an iPad next time. So I might do some more tests later, like back at my studio, about using different iOS devices to control these. I don't know why. I mean, I understand now, but it didn't occur to me that the iOS device would actually be doing the work. I thought it would have been more like Sling Studio, where the iOS device is a controller. And it's sending commands to the base station. But there is no base station. These are all just remote stations. So makes sense now. But yeah, that is something to think about.
Well, I would say an iPad's going to be a better viewing experience generally. I mean, we're pretty mobile here because we're in the car.
Right.
You get the bigger screen, more process. No, I guess the processing of the phone's pretty good.
I mean, I think the iPads have better processors, don't they? Or is it the same?
I think so.
I don't know, actually.
I mean,
Well, the M1 is new, and there's no M1 phone yet, so that could be significantly better.
Yeah. And mainly you just don't want it to crash. I mean, that's half of it.
Yep.
So, which we had probably 3 or 4 crashes.
We had several crashes of the app. I'm sure in no small part due to the stress we were putting on it of the LTE signal just dropping out randomly. I'm trying to record during some segments and also live stream some segments. I changed the resolution into 480p at one point because that's why we're at 480 right now.
Okay.
I changed it down to 480 to try to deal with the bandwidth issue because we had such a terrible LTE.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Simon
So
or
look
Jesse.
at our faces there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're a bit like
Oh, now we're
mangled.
got into a little. That might just be my multi-viewer mush because it's
Okay.
mushy down there too.
All right.
Jesse says the beginning of the stream was solid. Once you got into downtown, it's probably the building congestion, the cross traffic from all the other cell phones.
That's very
Yeah.
kind. That's
Very kind.
very kind.
We did have a pretty good start to the stream, but yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
we've been rocking this for 2 hours. That is plenty, and thank you all for joining. Thanks for sticking with it. Thanks for the super chats to help offset that cell phone
Yep.
bill.
And
Appreciate it.
we're
And-
gonna, well, you're gonna record some more stuff about this, and then
Yeah.
do an edited version of this or something.
Yep.
Like take some of this footage and
It
detail it
is-
a bit more.
Very possible that this live stream does not stick around online on my channel. It may become unlisted. So thank you for being here live and watching live.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going to be chopping this up and putting it segments into an edited video because wow,
Because who has 2 hours?
who has 2 hours
Once
to
we
watch
drive around.
and watch my desk for half the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. But lots of good things to think about and lots of interesting new ideas and things to try to make this look a little better in the future.
Yep.
So I guess with that, we'll wrap it up. I'm not sure what our delay is right now.
We probably need to like keep it much.
I need
And then just
to,
come back to your desk.
yeah, let's see.
Do you have an end screen like that?
I do have an end screen, but I want to make sure I don't bring the end screen up on top of us talking.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't we?
Oh, here,
like,
I'll roll
wave-
the credits.
We could do
Because the
wave-
credits-
We could do wave and like we can like cut out or something.
Yep.
Or